STAKK Nation.
Champions.
Yes. Welcome back to the channel.
Feeling this one, man.
Listen, as you know, okay, one of the main things that we talk about on this channel is about exploring this new financial system that has been presented to us, delivered by Satoshi Nakamoto back in 2009. Seems to be a peaceful revolution and a strong means to store your value, transfer value, and have that financial sovereignty. Being your own bank.
Tell them.
This is what we're talking about on this channel every day. Do not get it twisted. This is the simple mission. These are the simple things we want you to consider or reconsider in your life, okay? Why are you using the bank you're using right now? How can you protect your value? We know that back in the days, the ancient people were using rocks and so on and so forth.
Stones, shells, seashells.
But
gold came about.
They say the finest old things in our life, or antique, as they like to call them, will always hang around so that we can have a reminder of what
used to be.
Listen, Bitcoin is exponential gold. Fidelity Executive says this.
Fidelity put their name on it, stamped
Fidelity
it,
put your name on it,
and delivered.
Said it's exponential gold.
Gold is 3,000 years old. You know that? I mean, as a currency or as a store of value, 3,000 years.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I didn't know that. I wonder if that is why people like Peter Schiff clutch onto it like it's just the only asset they will ever see in this lifetime.
What do you expect a dinosaur to do, man?
Listen, I will say this. Even as a dinosaur, you must evolve. Otherwise, you become that antique item that I mentioned earlier. In this case, Peter Schiff is that antique. Listen, we need to see people like Schiff so that we can remember the days when people had to call their broker to buy stocks for them.
Dude, I still remember the days when I used to pay $12 to buy stocks on TD Ameritrade.
Hey, this is why Peter Schiff is out here still telling people to buy gold, right? Come next to Bitcoin. Well, fine. The guy is a strong analyst. He predicted some stock market. We've not predicted the whole stock market crash where the whole public knew about it, but we've been accurate about a lot of information that we talk about, okay? So let's look at what things are looking like right now between Bitcoin and what the expert Peter Schiff says, I would say. Is that a fair way to look at it? Despite the fact that Fidelity says that this is superior money, they have mentioned this in the previous paper, and now they call it exponential gold. So this article here, I'm just going to read it open here. It says that while Bitcoin is often compared to gold, its value can increase more rapidly than that of gold, according to a Fidelity investment executive. I mean, we all see it, but in my view, Bitcoin is a commodity currency that aspires to be a store of value and a hedge against monetary debasement. Monetary debasement. Fidelity just used the word monetary debasement.
So they know. They know that your money is being poofed.
But when you meet the average person on the street and you're telling them about these things, man, they just,
you don't know what you're talking about.
Down. What can we do to get to these people?
Dang. Put some tits in your face. That's what I keep saying.
What are your thoughts on this situation? Yeah.
So my simple thoughts, and one of the reasons why we're having this this conversation with Yao, is that you don't see this type of content on mass media. You don't. I mean, these are things that you could just, imagine if you got on and Kramer just did a clean and clear analysis of this situation and say, hey, look at gold. This is going downhill. Maybe push it to a red button or two. Like, this is not working out. But look at Bitcoin over here. No, to the moon. They don't have those conversations. As a matter of fact, when I go and drop off my kid in the morning, there are days where I'm like, let me connect to the fiat world and see what's going on there. And of course, I turn on my Bloomberg, right?
Right.
Hey, what else? Bonds and gold are supposed to be the safe nest for your olden days.
Yeah.
Or for it to store when you've accumulated that value, to store it in somewhere safe. Today, we'll show you why we don't think that is, especially gold.
Exactly. Let me read this before we share this other screen here. So I found this interesting. It says Tima, I'm assuming this leadership guy here. He believes that Bitcoin has the potential to perform at least as well as gold has in the past under certain economic conditions, including periods of high inflation, negative real interest rates, and excessive money supply growth, with notable examples occurring in 1970s and 2000.
Mm-hmm.
He said this guy believes. Well,
he's a believer. Let's show him. Here is the data points to show the believing.
You can believe it or you can see the facts, I guess. It's not a religion, man. It's facts. It's numbers. Ones and zeros. Look at that. What is this chart here? Bitcoin versus gold over 14.1 years.
So if you invested $1, this is what we tell people. Oh, I missed that on Bitcoin. It's too late for me to buy Bitcoin. Really, $1, right?
Yeah.
$1 in Bitcoin in 2010, right?
Right.
To now, if you see how that has increased exponentially, that is the orange line.
Yeah.
Now the Bitcoin price versus gold per ounce is the purple line, which means that the value of your gold versus Bitcoin actually has been going down.
Yeah.
If you have bought gold instead of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Now, let's say you just bought gold. That's that yellow line at the bottom. You are basically, without say running or moving like a snail. Even the snail moves faster than that.
This is what we call flat. Okay, trading sideways, consolidating, as Cathy Woods would like to call it. And after a long period of consolidation, there is always a big move up or down. It's been 10 years, now 14 years. Okay, here's the other part. It says after a long period of consolidation, there will be a big move up or down.
Yes.
You could be in a sideways movement forever.
Ever.
Okay? Now, if we were to look at this situation, and because, this is technical analysis 101 we're talking about at this point in time, right? I'm just trying to analyze this chart here, looking at what is happening to that gold price. After a long period of time, looking at the asset itself, which is gold, if someone was to ask me what direction I think it's going to go into, right? And let's say it's a big move, I'm going to say down. And this is why. Clearly, we can see that Bitcoin, first of all, has already been steadily moving in the opposite direction, right? Part of the reason why it's been moving in this upward direction is because there is capital flight from various assets into Bitcoin.
It's a rare asset.
Okay. Now, this one here is showing us the market cap of various massive assets.
This is the juicy part, guys. Pay attention.
With gold being at the top.
The king
of it all.
Oh.
We see Apple, they're trying their best.
Hey,
Microsoft is doing
Did you know that Apple recently has been fighting really hard to maintain that number 2?
Don't worry. Problem is coming their way. Okay?
Yep.
They say evolve or die. But we'll see what happens. Microsoft, I think they'll be all right. Saudi Aramco.
Hey, oil.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be around for a while. We'll see them up there for a while. Yep.
Alphabet.
Of course, AI is going to keep on going.
Well, they own YouTube. And recently, YouTube has been so broke that they've now resorted to having to block all of us from using ad blockers. You see, it is signs of downward movement. Whatever. It's all good. Amazon, I don't really have much on that.
People are going to stop buying stuff eventually, unless they switch to crypto.
This is true, actually. If this economy keeps going the way it's going, I think that market cap will be pulling back some. Nvidia. But let's jump right down here to Bitcoin. Okay? Bitcoin is the youngest of almost all of these assets.
Man, took over Walmart, took over TSMC, took over your freaking insurance company, took over Visa, Eli Lilly. We at number 12. At some point earlier last month, we actually overtook Tesla.
Okay. So
the people's money.
You can see then that Bitcoin's trajectory is very clear. And that is up.
Up.
And if part of this upward movement is due to the fact that there is capital flight from some of these other assets, what is to say that gold will not be next?
What happens when people's eyes open and realize that this is better than
He's been trading sideways. He's been trading sideways for 10 years. Okay, and now we're at a point in time. I'll tell you what. Looking at this flat chart here, this flat line for gold here, I don't think that this is beating inflation.
Probably isn't.
Right? So you factor in inflation, you see that the gold is losing. Even worse than that line is really indicating.
Depicting, yep.
Okay. So then, over time, and we just did a video where we spoke about, people recognizing that, hey, this math is not mathing and they need to look for alternatives. I think that this trend will only continue, which means gold is going to fall. No matter how much gold Peter Schiff can buy, okay, no matter how much he tries to shield it on his Twitter, he's going to need an army. It is one Schiff versus an entire Bitcoin army. My money is on Bitcoin. Double up.
What more can I say? It's a simple technical analysis. It's a trend. History tends to repeat. Actually, they say it rhymes.
Yeah.
Right? If gold replaces the shells and the stones, eventually, as we move into the digital age, something's going to replace gold.
Exactly.
As a matter of fact, gold is not easily transferable. All the definition of money, gold only answers maybe 5% of it. I said 5%. I just came up with that number. But really, Bitcoin answers every single definition of what money should be.
I think one of the most important things about money is having the custody of your own money. Okay. And I think
we used to have custody of our gold back in the day.
Yeah, you can still have custody of your gold right now, but it's also about having that custody without the possibility of other people being able to take it away from you. I think Peter Schiff, someone like Peter Schiff, and I keep using Peter Schiff because obviously the guy is wearing a gold crown. He's someone that should be able to attest to the fact that storing your own gold is not secure at all, as one of his banks got shut down by the government.
Yep.
Why did he not demonstrate the feature of gold that protects you from that sort of situation? There is flaws in your plan. And it is okay. We're all human. Maybe there's some flaws as well in Bitcoins, in the plan of storing Bitcoin as well. But I think the important thing is that when you get to this point where you start to recognize that there are some flaws in your plan, it is fine to stop and iterate, change direction, right? I'm not saying, hey, don't hold any gold at all, but to be bashing Bitcoin and to make it seem like this is the legitimate form of investment in this day and age with the levels of inflation. It's like back when people had the 60-40 split. I mean, that does not work anymore.
Oh no, some people are about to get destroyed.
It does not work anymore. So if people keep going down that path, I mean, they're going to find out that it's not the winning option in this situation. So listen, when it comes to Bitcoin versus gold, I'll tell you this, man. I sold all of my gold.
Yeah. I remember you saying that you sold all your gold.
I sold the gold, man, because I don't have time to just be sitting there and staring at the same number every day while it's losing value. And that's called a bank account. I can just do that in my regular checking account. You know what I'm saying?
You know, funny about that, Bank of America just released that there's gonna be delays in you getting your money now because there's some issues with their systems.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that came out this morning.
I know someone that every time that they get paid, they just move their money over to Cash App, just in case, because it's closest to Bitcoin in there, so that if anything is happening, they can just quickly jump into Bitcoin and they're out. I don't think there's anything else to say on this one, W. You have anything else?
Yeah, I would just say the $3 trillion asset manager company, you know, the Fidelities, the Wise, the Wisdom Tree, and the Invescos.
I don't see them going crazy for gold right now.
No, guess what they're going for?
Bitcoin.
Oh,
didn't they just recently buy a bunch of Bitcoin companies?
Oh, snap!
It's
we're just talking.
It's probably nothing. Peter Schiff can probably tell us the bearish case for that situation. You know what I'm saying? So we should probably consult with someone like him for that. I would really like a proper rationale for why this guy has been bashing Bitcoin so massively. Is it that he does not understand it, or he's just intellectually disingenuous? I don't know. But the math ain't mathing, sir.
Just trying to pump up his gold, you know?
Champions, listen. Follow us, subscribe to the channel, okay? Like the video and comment down below. Let us know some things you would like to hear about. We'll give you our 2 cents on the situation. We're also over there on X. That is where you can come and engage us any moment, okay? argue with you at will. And of course, we're also on Spotify as STAKK. Until next time, praise and out.
Double up.